Hello, I'm Tara Brabazon. I'm the Dean of Graduate Research at Flinders University, and welcome to vlog 257, Understanding Success. Now this is of course the second component in our failure trilogy, and what we're trying to do today, you notice it's not a vlog on success, it is understanding success. So we're going to configure some strategies so that in real time you know in yourself, in your context, what is success, so you can note it, log it, and move on with your life. Now there's no doubt I am absolutely the worst person in the universe to speak on success, and maybe that's a good thing too, because when I think about my life I never use the word success or successful, for example, and when I reflect on who I am today, yesterday, tomorrow, it's never about sort of titles or money or cars or houses or any of that sort of stuff at all. None of that actually interests me in any way. It's certainly pleasant, but it's never more than that. And even, for example, when I got this current job, I was absolutely thrilled when I got this current job, but that being thrilled had nothing to do with success. When I attained this job, why I felt so good about that was that both my parents, then in their 90s, and they're still alive, both my parents in their 90s could see that their daughter had been okay, had got a good job, was enjoying it and doing something good for the world. And why that mattered is because they had sacrificed so much to give me any chance to even get to university. So it was a remarkable thing that all their suffering, doing truly appalling jobs for almost all of their adult life and being able to get me to university, that they actually saw all that sacrifice became something, meant something. So that's where I got my meaning. So therefore I found this an incredibly difficult vlog to research and to write, and that's a good thing because we teach what we need to learn. And also I was reading the success literature as an outsider. So where I was going for this vlog is obviously business studies. I was going to enterprise studies, and yes, I had to move into that murky terrain of self-help and personal growth. So yes, it was a little bit weird, but also good for me, like good medication. So what we're going to do today is think about you. So I hope you're feeling centered, got yourself a cup of coffee, and let's think about you and your goals in your life. And we're going to spend some time here. We're going to nest into you, where you are now and where you would like to be. And I would also like you to think about today the relationship between goals and success. Goals and success. And the relationship between those two words is not remotely as clear or obvious or linear as we may suppose. So my idea of success, what I think of as success, is actually very simple. My first definition, and that came very quickly to me, by the way, so when I was thinking, what's my idea of success? My first idea of success is the capacity to be in a job and pay my bills. My second definition of success is the desire and imperative to write the perfect sentence. Right, so you probably learn a fair amount about my background, that earning a living and being self-sufficient, that's the primary goal. And the second goal I think is even more interesting because it's small, it's not remotely measurable, it's not objective, it's a deeply subjective configuration, and it is indeed a lifelong goal that I will never reach. So as you can see, in many ways, my supposed goals about success, what is success, are really about satisfaction. So this vlog and writing this vlog has been at least as useful for me as it will be for you. And I worked out, and maybe you're like me, hi to all the goths out there, but I've got a much stronger sense of failure than I do a sense of success. Maybe you're the same. And also, I've never hugely been interested in the personal growth stuff, right? So with all those caveats in place, understanding success is our focus today. And it provides, if you will, the soft and interesting centre to our failure trilogy. So let's do this. So often success is configured in a binary opposition. So we have success and failure. And success, without a doubt, requires a pre-configured aim or objective, and indeed the attainment of that goal. And that becomes success. What makes success very difficult to talk about is it is absolutely determined by an individual in a context. And there's no generic or ultimate definitions of success. We have all the cliches, you know, fame and fortune, big house, posh car, finish that degree. Maybe a successful or a happy family is the goal. Success, of course, doesn't fit into any easy hierarchy in our lives. Even if you think Maslow's hierarchy of needs, very difficult to map in terms of success. So there's no doubt we have to have some sort of vision of our future selves, and with an aim and a strategy to be able to reach it. That's sort of the matrix of success. So let's now take the vlog into much more actionable nodes or points for us to talk about, and think about 10 steps to understand success for you. And noting that what I'm trying to do today is present some mantras, some steps, some ideas. Some of these may be absolutely irrelevant to you, and some may hook very deeply into who you are now or who you want to be in the future. So let's get into it. 1. This is a pretty obvious one. To understand success requires goal setting and a plan to reach those goals. Goal setting and a plan to reach those goals. Now, there's plenty of apps, there's plenty of strategies out there and all sorts of literatures to set goals. And, you know, do that. But I start with a very, very simple exercise. If you want to try and work out what actually am I interested in doing? You know, most of us move through life most of the time in this sort of fog going high, pay your bills, do what you need to do, go to bed, start the next day. But if you're trying to do something a bit bigger, okay, what's going on in my life? How can I at least wrestle some control of all this stuff and make it meaningful, right? And so when you're trying to think about your goals, here's an easy exercise. Get a piece of paper, get some notes up on your phone, a phone app, and just write down in your life up to this point, what have been the 5 accomplishments in your life that have made you proud. 5 accomplishments in your life that have made you proud. Now, look, it may be you've got a fantastic relationship. You've got wonderful kids, brilliant. You might have written an outstanding article and you go, that was a great moment for me. You may have attained, hi Jessie, you might have attained first class honours under very, very difficult circumstances. And that makes you proud. Great. You might be, for example, surviving that truly dreadful job, just coming out of that job alive, paying off a mortgage, all that stuff. Remember, this isn't about the biggest achievements. These are the achievements that you are proud of in your life. Maybe it's not graduating from that master's. Maybe it's getting out of a toxic relationship, right? So once you've got those 5 achievements, now have a look at the 5. Is there something that links them? This is quite tough. So look at them and go, what links those 5? And it might not be obvious. It might be an emotion rather than an actual task or a strategy, right? So look at what bundles those 5 together. So, for example, when I did this, the theme or shared characteristic between my 5 achievements that made me proud was that all of those achievements were assessed by me. So achievement for me allows me to activate intrinsic motivation and quiet moments of reflection. So when I find something meaningful, if it makes me proud, I don't need external validation in any form to confirm that that moment is important. Okay, so it's those achievements for me are the quiet moments where I could pause and feel satisfied. Right, so your accomplishments may involve, for example, courage. You got out of your comfort zone, you showed some courage. Maybe you showed persistence or compassion. So start with that. What made you proud? Set goals then in alignment with your 5 most meaningful accomplishments. And from there you go, right, well, these are meaningful, and then you can create pathways to success. Our mistake so often, I think, is that we create goals of stuff that we think we should achieve, right? And we've often got those goals from our friends or our family. Or we just have this notion that, you know, all right, well, this is what we should be doing. This is what achievement looks like. But actually, that's not the case. It does start with you. Look at yourself. Look, and think, what has made me proud? What has made me proud? And then stay in that clustering of success. 2, do not compare yourself, your goals, or your success to anybody else. Success is measured differently by every single person. So what might be a small or minor thing or vibe for your friend might be absolutely crucial to you. The path to madness is always comparing our life, our success, and our failures to other people. And look, when you're doing that comparison, of course, you can actually never really know another human. Don't want to get all weird and existential at this point, but none of us can ever actually know another person, their emotions, their interior dialogues, their failures, their fears, their hopes. We can never really know that. And if you're comparing yourself to a Facebook version of somebody else, then you're going to feel dreadful most of the time. Stop it. 3, integrity matters. If you want to make money, go run a meth lab. If you want to make money, go put some money on a horse and have a bet. Cool. But when you're defining success, when you're working out those goals, you'll notice that achieving them meaningfully, achieving them with integrity is important. Success is defined actually not only by getting to those goals, but how you got to those goals. I think it was Ralph Waldo Emerson who stated that life takes time. Lessons are learned. End of quote. Success is about understanding your personal beliefs, understanding really pretty deeply your perception of the world, and then from your perception of the world doing something that's even more difficult, trying to understand the worldview of others and build bridges towards them. So success is frequently not what you gain or what you achieve. It's not the coin. Success so often is defined by what you leave behind, what you decide to wrest, what you decide to remove from your life. 4, don't mortgage your private life for public success. Right, now university work cannibalizes our entire lives. This business destroys people. It takes over, it eats your entire life. Therefore, it is important, very important, that you don't just hope for the best. Oh, it'll be different for me. No, it won't be. It's very important that you structure certain parts of your life where work stops. And this is really hard to do. Now, I have some structural categories whereby I remove the working life from my personal and also my writing life. And public success is over there, and this private space is important. It's about preserving and making sure they're protected, those private spaces. Now, firstly, and these are decisions I've made in the last 5 years, so I've made a lot of mistakes all the way through for decades. But firstly, and this is in my last 2 jobs, I have not answered emails on the weekend. So I do not answer emails on the weekend. Don't even look at the inbox. And also my second structural imperative is I don't have emails delivered to my mobile phone. So I don't get any notifications. And further, of course, no one ever calls my mobile phone because it's not charged 99% of the time, and I'm mostly not sure where it is. So this means that it actually does great things for my work too, because it means when I am at work, I work with my emails with great efficiency. I have my screens, I have all the information I require, I am not rushed, I'm not making emotional decisions, I'm in the workplace handling workplace emails. And also, because I'm not carrying my phone with me, I'm not carrying my work stress with me. So this means I have quiet times, calmness, serenity, and it means I can have lovely times with my friends and my family. It also means that when I decide to do my writing, it's done with calmness, it's done with clarity, and it's done with peace, away from the rush of the job. Now, all of us can do just a couple of interventions like that. Nothing big, but they must be structural. And what you're trying to do is do a couple of things that creates a separation between your public life, which is success and goal driven, and your private spaces that perhaps are punctuated by different variables like kindness and reflection and compassion, relationship building. Now, if you work in higher education and you don't make these sharp divisions, all the success is going to be absolutely pointless, because you won't have any other context outside of the working environment to give it purpose. 5, big one. 5, create levels of success. It's really important that all of us don't get trapped into this binarized thinking of success, failure, triumph, despair, right? When we're understanding success, I advise that we think about it like we're playing Donkey Kong, right? So, love me some Donkey Kong. Different levels, different speeds. So, what does success mean today? Success might mean today, wow, I have had a productive and civilized supervisory meeting with my advisor. Great. And that's created a short and sharp success. So that's a level 1 success. And we need to log that. That level 1 success is crucial. Without level 1 success, a great supervisory meeting, other levels of success will not emerge. I'll give you an example. We've been talking in the last really 20 or so vlogs, thinking actively about the workplace, trying to think about you and making money, thinking about you and the diversity of our working futures in tough times. We've done a lot of that work in the last little bit. Now look, getting work, getting a stable job may be your definition of success. Now, getting a good stable job at the moment, wow, that's pretty impressive, right? And that's a level 10 success, right? Getting a stable job these days, level 10. But that level 10 success is based on a level 1 success, which is today, I'm going to practice interview questions. So you need the level 1 success. I'm going to go through and start to practice and rehearse interview questions, right? So say you want to, as a success, separate your public and your private life. That's your big deal. You want to do that. Now that's a level 10 success. That's hard to do. But it starts with a level 1 success where you stop email notifications onto your phone. To actually stop that and get calm with that, and that's great, that's a level 1 success. It is a success. So start to think of success as layered, as textured, and celebrate and acknowledge every single level. 6. Success requires determination. As my beloved mother always said to me, if success was easy, everyone would be successful. Therefore, we all really have to define what is important. You notice the words here: important, significant, successful. These words are all different, but they lock together like Lego in different ways. So therefore, we have to define what is important, define the goals, and then create the layers and the structures moving towards those goals. But that's great. But the problem is a lot of the literature stops there. And that's why people aren't successful. They've got the goals, they've got the app, they've got everything going on, but they're not successful. And that's because success is hard. Because then you've got to focus. You've got to dig in. You've got to get up early. You've got to work hard. You've got to sacrifice. And remember also, you'll be attacked. So, you know, we live in a really brutalizing environment at the moment. So if you're trying to be successful, there will be a large number of people that will attack you very, very frequently. You're going to receive nasty feedback all the time. And always remember, there are plenty of people that actively want you to fail. So what we have to do, therefore, is start to learn the skills. And sadly, they're often called soft skills. Or actually, they're like the fodder of life. They're the stuff that actually make life operate. So they're soft skills. Not sure what hard skills are in response to that. But anyway, so, you know, we're talking about problem solving, negotiation, mediation, time management, task management. And of course, the profound recognition in life that every problem has many solutions. Not one. Every problem has many solutions. So determination requires all of us asking difficult questions, recognizing those difficult questions have many answers, and then, and this is the crucial one I think, when an opportunity is offered, grab it. Something happens, we got an grab it and run. Run, run, run. So when you have a chance, the chance is given to you. Grab it. And therefore it's important that always we move with decency, be open to opportunities, but recognise the value of our friends, particularly our friends, our peer group, in creating that context for fitness, for health, for personal control. And really the foundation for success remains determination. You can have a goal, but you won't get there without determination. 7. Really important one. Find success in your present circumstance. So often we think in life the grass is greener. So we always go, oh, we jump around, oh, look, looks better over there, I'll go over there. And you know, often it's not the case. The grass is frequently not greener, right? If we could just get that perfect job, if we could just get that perfect partner, if we could just get that perfect house, then my life would be great. It won't. It won't. You know, if I can have plenty of money, lots of money, if I can have all the money, then I'll be happy. Look, it's great to have goals, but what you've got to do is find strategies for success in your present. So you can certainly, and this has helped me a lot, you can treat goals as an experiment, right? And what you do is you test in the present, in your current job, the goal that you would like to achieve. Let me explain. So you're a PhD student, but I want you to be ambitious, certainly, but I also want you to recognise the skills that you have now. So, for example, you want to make sure that you're writing for the conversation, that you've got this big public profile. Well, you know what? Start today and write that piece of journalism. Doesn't matter if it's not the conversation. There are plenty of online academic journalism sites that are wanting your content. So aim for the conversation or the Times Higher if that's what you want. But today, write a piece of journalism. Similarly, you want this great high citation career, that's great. Level 10 success. Start today with a level 1 success. Do your first video abstract. Do your first video abstract. Level 1 success, that leads to level 10 success, high citations. So what I'm saying is, I want you to talk to the success in your future by experimenting with the skills you're going to need for that success in the future today. So use today as a test ground, as a rehearsal for the skills you're going to need tomorrow. 8. If you don't define success for yourself, other people will do it for you. If you haven't defined success, success has already actually been defined for you and you are living inside somebody else's definition. So if you're following somebody else's goals, somebody else's pathways, you know what? You may achieve those goals, but you won't be satisfied or fulfilled because those goals had nothing to do with you. The world is filled with bossy, nasty, dominating people who would crush you as soon as talk to you. You're going to be used and you're going to be discarded. To avoid this, you have to occupy space with integrity. You have to understand success in your context and create the narratives, create the meaning that is yours. Now, if you do not do this, you will spend your life living other people's success stories. You will remain in service of other people's success. And as you can see, quite emotional about this, I've seen some truly brilliant people live entire lives in service of other people's success. And at the point of retirement, they've had a chat with me and they've said, "What the hell was that about?" I went, "Mate, you didn't have a sense of what was successful for you." 9. Success is diverse and clustered. Now, this is crucial, and that's why this is really about you, and you have to own this discussion this week. Because it's very easy to reduce success to money, to cars, to houses, to all. I've got a great relationship. Very easy to live the cliches. But from what I've read through in the last couple of weeks, there are at least 10 clusters of success, right? Where there's these whole little narratives, these clusters of where goals and attributes can be configured. So for some of you having difficulty going, what is a goal, right? You might be watching this going, I can't think of the 5 goals. Hi, if that's you. This one might help you get there. So there are at least 10 clusters of success, right? So the material success, obviously, so the money, the cars, the house and stuff. But then there's emotional success, the valuing of relationships. We also have intellectual success, so the people who live their lives through learning and understanding. Spiritual success, the people who quest purpose and belonging. Physical success, the focus on health, the focus on fitness. Commercial success, so the focus is profit and reputation. We then have evangelical success, people who believe in success through influencing others. We have environmental success, the care for the world. Time success, that might be a belief in the importance of time management and efficiency, or indeed a long life. And finally, collective success, engaging in productive teamwork. Isn't that amazing? So success is incredibly diverse. These 10 ways of grouping or clustering success may speak to you. So you might be able to say, right, well, this mode of success is very important to me today. In a PhD program, these clusters are important and these are not, or these may be important in the future. So if selecting those individual goals and pathways to success is tough for you, I get that, then start to think about the clusters that are of interest to you and also the clusters that are not. And that will start to allow you to speak to what is important to you. 10. What do you want people to say about you when you die? As always, finishing with optimism. Now, this final, quite depressing way to understand success is thinking about success at the end of your life. And this is a good one. This is a good one. So what would you like your friend, your neighbour, your colleague, someone you did your PhD with, to say at the point of your death? They find out you've died. What do you want them to say? So would you be satisfied with, wow, she had a good car? Good car. Or, that woman, she could pick a good set of drapes. Wow. Fabric selection, she had that sorted, mate. Yeah. Or, wow, he went to the gym a lot. Did you get a look at his triceps? Yeah. So, is that it? At the end, would drape selection make you proud? It might. Selection of a good fabric, great skill. But what would make you proud? And that's why we've got to try and transform this notion of success into something more meaningful. We've got to find a pathway to satisfaction. So this is really our final moment for consideration in this vlog. Maybe when we're thinking about understanding success, we have to understand the limits of success, knowing that success, even at its very best, leads to something even more important, and that is satisfaction and maybe just a little bit of peace. Thank you for sharing this session with me, and again, as always, I welcome a conversation about it, and I thank you for the suggestion. I wish you love, light and peace. Tea out.